Hey everybody, it's Gypsy. I'm getting a little sun glare there. So before I start this video, I want to remind everybody I don't believe in politics, governments. I don't believe in politicians. I don't trust them. However, today I would like to discuss the. I'm just going to say this has nothing to do with my heritage, but somebody in my family who is dead on the other side said bullshit, Michelle. Okay, maybe it does. I feel strongly about this. I want to talk about, I think they call it Prime Minister in Italy, Giorgia Meloni. I want to talk about her. I just listened to her speech a few times. Although I don't trust politicians, I agree with what she said. It's all a matter of truth, as if she means what she says. Most politicians don't. However, I'd like to talk about taking unity too far. Now, as a spiritualist, I'm very much into unity, but we have to be clear on what unity is and our purpose in incarnating, because we do, or the powers that be, are trying to make unity such a thing that we lose our identity and we have become their slaves. Okay? Now, unity on a spiritual level means, yes, we all come from Source God. We are all united in that way. And what one of us does affects everyone and everything, not just on this planet, but in the universe. So how we are one and united is from whence we came, Source God. So that's unity, to be united in love, in our Creator. Got to find a better angle here. So this is what I want to talk about today. Now, Giorgia Meloni was talking about how the powers that be, which is mostly, I would say, am I right, financial institution? Right. The financial institutions, the governments, even religions, I believe, are all involved in the powers that be. Now, what they have done is stripped us of our identities. Now, you can have unity. You can be united with the rest of this planet and the rest of this universe and still maintain your identity. We come to this, we incarnate, wherever we incarnate, whatever planet, here, wherever, we come to experience the contrasts, the differences, because we don't get that at home in the spirit realm. And we want to experience this. And yes, we do experience it for our Creator too, because our Creator cannot experience this without us incarnating. So that's how that works. You don't have to believe that. If you don't, that's okay. It's not going to make or break you or me if you believe it or not. This is my perspective. So we come to be a certain unique individual from unique families, unique heritages, etc., unique ideas, unique perspectives, all of that. It's what makes life beautiful. Yet, as Giorgia Meloni is talking about, the powers that be are trying to strip us of everything that makes us us. Trying to strip us of our gender. I will never, ever give up being a woman. I will never, ever give up being a mother. No one can take those titles from me. I was born female. I was a little girl. I was a girl, a teenage girl. I am a woman. And I am a mother. I won't give that up. That makes me who I am. Those were some of the most important things I chose coming into this life to be. Okay? Now, I don't believe one race is better than another. I don't believe one nationality is better than another. However, I do believe in being proud of your heritage, your nationality, your race, no matter which ones you belong to. Now, yes, my mom, I have told you, is 100% Sicilian. Because my dad's family lived out of town from where we were raised, I am more, my outlooks and everything is more, yeah, my dad's family, because of the times, had similar viewpoints to my mom's side. Different total characteristics, though. It was kind of confusing. But my viewpoints are more based on my Italian heritage. Family, familia, so important to us. Yet, the powers that be started quite some time ago to tear down the family. Now, I did a blog post on this, I believe. The destruction of the family. There was a time when families stuck together. Both parents stayed home and worked. Usually there was a farm or something like that. The parents taught the children. The mother took care of, cooking, the house, whatever. And there's nothing to be ashamed of in that. That happens to be my favorite things. I like taking care of my children. I am bitter because I had to go to work and leave my children so much. And now my oldest, well, he died. So I have regrets. I should have been with him more. There's nothing wrong with either way. If you wanted to work, that's fine too. There should be nothing wrong with that. My point is, what they did first was create these indoctrination camps called, well, public schools, which we're now calling government schools. We're calling them for what they are. They took the children away. So if you had a farm, or even if you had a store, a business, it was usually attached to your home. You had an apartment upstairs, or you had a house behind it, whatever. So the family always stuck together. They worked together, played together, learned together, etc. So they started with taking the children away, and then the Industrial Revolution came. There were less and less small businesses, farms, whatever. Dad started going off to work. Then when I was, around the time I was born, when I was a child, you had the women's right movement, which there is nothing wrong with that. We are equal to men, but we are different than men. And yes, if we're going to do a job and we do it as well, we should get paid as much. And that's all I'm going to say. However, it destroyed the economy to the point that women had to work. They had to leave their children just to make ends meet. Both parents had to work. That is sad. We should always, always have choices, but that choice was taken away. I am still, to this day, angry about it, because I am not the type to leave my family, leave my children especially, and I'm angry. My older son is dead. I lost 2 babies. My youngest is now married. He's an adult. All that time, gone. So this is how they're destroying the family. First, you have the children forced to go to these indoctrination camps. One, they say to learn, and it did start out that way, reading, writing, and arithmetic, but then they started putting ideas different from the families in these kids' head. Whatever your family morals and values are sacred for your family and should be preserved. So that's how they start. So they start brainwashing the children. By the time my oldest got to high school, the schools started to brainwash the kids, the young people, and the colleges, because when he went to college, I think it was even worse, against their parents. My son and I were so close. We were so close. He gets to high school and college, and he starts hating me. And when he get back into his 20s and got out of that, I got my son back for a bit before, well, he took his life. That's how sick this society is. So they have destroyed the family. And then they started with your nationalities and stuff. Right. Now, not only can I not claim my own heritages, which I am half Sicilian. In Sicily, yes, did merge with Italy in 1862 or 1863. So anyways, I'm so proud of my heritage that I used to say I was Italian, but now I mostly say I'm Sicilian because I'm proud of where my family is from. And yes, I do claim Chilean too, because my family moved from Sicily to Chile, which is where my grandmother was born before she moved to the United States. So they started taking that away. then you cannot admire other cultures because it's called appropriation. How stupid is that? If somebody admires my heritage or whatever, it makes me feel good. Let me tell you, when you ask questions or you want to practice something or learn something, I'm sorry, the flies are so bad. I don't consider that appropriation. I call it honoring and admiring that culture. I will give you an example of appropriation, and this did piss me off. This past spring, I met a woman, no Italian heritage whatsoever, but because of where she's from, she thought she knew everything about being Italian, and this includes Sicilian. And she started telling me things as if I didn't know. I said, "You know, I'm Sicilian. I was raised Sicilian." And excuse me, you're pronouncing that word wrong. And no, that's not what my family calls it because my family is from Sicily, not the region you're talking about. It's a different word. Plus, Sicilian is it's a different language than Italian, believe it or not. Okay, so when somebody is telling you about your heritage and trying to teach you about your heritage, that's appropriation. And that's where I take it personally. And I got offended. She was wrong on so many things, first of all. So, they started taking away our nationalities, our heritage. They tried pitting us against each other, and it worked. But then when I was a young adult, the racism and shit started to go away. Nobody really thought about it. We were all, we all got along, whatever. All of a sudden after that, they're bringing back the racism and the division and pitting us against each other, while at the same time taking away our heritages, which doesn't make sense on the surface. But it does, because they're taking away our identities that way. But then they're pointing out, well, this nationality, this race is bad because of something somebody did hundreds of years ago, whatever. This one's bad because they can't do this, that, or the other thing. They're not smart. They can't do it on their own. We have to help them, which is bullshit. Because I have met, because of where I'm from and my travels, I have met a lot of people of different races, and they are highly intelligent and competent. So that's silly. So that's how they're pitting us against each other. And then they try to take away our genders. They're trying to make us slaves. They're tearing the family apart. They're taking us apart from our family, tearing our children away from us, teaching our children shit that is not meant for children. Okay? No. Let them be children. It is such a brief time. Let them be children. Remember when you were a child, did you think about that stuff at that age? No. You didn't. I didn't think about that. And you know what? I matured early. At the age of 7, I got my first period. I didn't think about boys. I was still mentally a little girl, a 7-year-old. Boys had cooties. Okay? Yes, I am straight. I will never use cis. You guys know how I feel about that. I am a biological woman who was born straight, attracted to the opposite sex. There was nothing wrong with being gay. My oldest son was gay. I have a lot of family members who are gay. I have one that's bi. I love them all. To each his own. As long as you don't push it on each other. So this is what they're doing. They're taking away everything that's unique about us. And even when you talk about these gender thing. Now, as I was growing up, yes, there are trans people, but there weren't that many of them. Not all these people, I believe, are trans. They're just trying to force that and brainwash people. And when you take that and make everybody trans, you're taking away their uniqueness, the trans people's uniqueness, and how special they are. Damn these flies. Okay, so that is another thing. Okay, transgender. We had we used to call it transvestite, men who would dress up as women and they would get on stage. They were great. RuPaul, I love. They're taking away that uniqueness from those people by making everybody like that. You can have equal rights without everybody being like that. It doesn't make sense. Not everybody can be like that. When you force something like that on everybody, then, well, there goes the specialness of that person and that people group. So we shouldn't be teaching children that. We should not be teaching that men are bad. Yes, there are bad men, but there are bad women too. I don't believe there is that much toxic masculinity in this world. I don't. Men should be men. Okay? Now, yes, gay men are men too. I had this talk with my oldest. He said, Mom, a lot of people wouldn't call me a man. I said, bullshit. You are a man. It is not your gender preference that makes you a man. It's your character. Just the same with women. There are bad women. So this toxic, bring back our men. My generation of women who are straight like a real man. Okay? Stop giving our men soy. Okay? If you're naturally gay or naturally trans, it's going to come out no matter what. Okay? They're taking that away. They're taking all our uniqueness away because they're making us slaves. And this is what, no matter what she really stands for, what she was talking about in her speech, Georgia Maloney, I agree with her 100%. Being Italian, I'm very much into family, unity in that front. We have to be aware of these things. We have to start paying attention. Don't take who I am away from me. I will not allow it. The rest of you need to wake up, look within, do some meditation, look within and find out who you truly are. And defend that and stick with that. Don't let anybody else tell you who you are. No matter. I don't care. I'm not against any particular lifestyle, race, or nationality. I am not. Not even Calabrese. Yes, Sicilians and Calabrese, they're not known to get along. Right. I'm not. Whoever you are, find out who you truly are. That is the purpose of incarnating. And you don't let anybody take it from you. You defend it. Okay, we got to go back to that. Unique individuals, united front, that we will not let those at the top fuck with us anymore. Take away who we are and try to make us slaves. We are slaves. We need to get rid of that. But hang on to who you truly are. Love who you truly are. Because if more people are taught to love themselves, we wouldn't be in this mess. And that's the cure for this mess. So, don't take unity to the point where you take away your reason for incarnating. When you get back home to the spirit realm, well, you'll be back to true unity. Yes, we come here for that experience, but we are united. So, I'm going to leave you with that. Blessed be, and make it a joyful one.